Hello everybody, I am Count Christo, and this is the very, very long-awaited campaign in Kaiserreich as Ireland. We're finally going to get into this. This series has been many times requested by a very loyal subscriber and Patreon called Martin. My lord, I can't even remember how to assign things. It's been a little while. Who's a very nice guy, often commenting and showing up on streams and things. And so here you go, Martin, just for you. We're going to do an island campaign. Now, the objectives of this campaign. Firstly, the old oppressor. Clearly, Union of Britain must fall. But also, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about the king across the sea. He is also not innocent of our previous oppression. So we're going to take out Britain. We're going to take out Canada. Logical conclusion, we should... Has France changed colour? I think France has changed. They've changed his picture. Oh, it's been a while, Kaiserreich. Look at this. He's new. Was he there before, or did he just look different? He definitely looks different. Have they changed a bunch of the pictures? Have they changed the background of the pictures or something? Or am I just going completely insane after a little bit of Kaiserreich withdrawal? Well, we shall, whatever their portraits look like, they shall fall before our glorious Irish might. So, we want probably defensive doctrine. Max planning is really good, though. Let's... Yeah, he's a level lower. That's something I want to find out, actually. I'm going to do a video about this. These different traits, you gain them in specific ways. And, like, when you're performing a certain activity, you make progress towards becoming a fast planner or a thorough planner. I think I'm going to do a video explaining what all the different ways of doing them are. And one of the primary motivations for that is, I don't know. So I'm going to go and check. Hoi4 wiki. Thorough planner trait. So how do you get that trait? That's what I want to know. Let's see. The plan, basically, is we're going to try and join the Entente, I think. I know, I don't usually join with the AI, and I imagine some of you appreciate that, because it means you don't have to deal with the idiocy of the AI, except when it's working in your favour, in which case it's not, such a bad thing. But, sadly, in this case, I think, even mighty Ireland here might struggle. I can't find these traits on the wiki. Surely there is one. Okay, here it is. To get the thorough planner trait, you have to win with max planning. Okay, so you have to win battles while at max planning. Good to know. Okay, well, I think we're going to stick with him, because that's... I always find that I don't end up with this trait on my field marshals, probably because I don't wait for max planning. It's good to know. I'm looking forward to making that video so I can kind of internalise what all the different triggers for those things are. Now, we probably have... The focus, first off, apparently there's someone who loves Ireland on the Kaiserreich tree, I've heard. Sorry, team, rather, I've heard. So their tree is absurd. In multiplayer, if you have a team, usually one person plays Ireland, and then all the other people in their team just give them all their factories, because Ireland gets stupid bonuses. So, what are our problems as Ireland? Manpower. We've got 4.2 million manpower, which is not great, but, we can probably make it work. We're going to want to do, what's this, ancestral ties. We can defend America. Oh, that's interesting. And we can do that and Kaiser. Pragmatic friendship or gallant allies. I think we probably want to get into the Kaiser Wilhelm Society. That'd be useful. Ourselves alone lets us do this, which gives us a synthetic refinery and lots of political power. That doesn't seem worth it. Well, clearly we can't go with the king, but I think the Kaiser, going down here seems sensible. I don't know if we need to rush this. Being in the Kaiser Wilhelm Society, it would be nice. It would definitely be nice. We're going to want to have done a bunch of these before. Yeah, we're definitely not going to... Dentent? What is that word? Dentente? Someone Irish. I imagine it's Irish. What does that word mean? I mean, deal with, or, like, treat with, or, make agreements with. I think we should start off in our focus tree with... There's all this... There's just so many focuses to take in this freaking mod. I really like it because it forces you to prioritise, but it's also really tough. We should probably deal with the church and Ulster early on so we don't get a civil war. So, do we want to negotiate with the Unionists or oppress the Unionists? You get 5 divisions. That doubles our military. This gives factories. That's nice. Let's rush negotiating with the Unionists. We've got to get everyone on side in this glorious green nation of ours. In terms of... Oh yes, that's what I actually went to the tree to check. What gives it... So, it just says start industrializing. And I don't know what those things actually do. So I guess we'll just build some kind of relatively even infrastructure to start with. Because I don't know... I mean, you know, I'm imagining we'll have some focuses that will give us infrastructure. We're just going to build infantry equipment for now. We have 8 civvy factories, so I don't feel too bad about saying to our old German buddies. By the way, in the Kaiserreich law, Germany helped out Ireland in their unification of the island. They sent support, you know, while they were still at war with what was then Great Britain. Probably not going to trade for any oil. We are going to need... I think we don't build ships until we've maybe got a bit better tech and maybe some dockyards from focuses. This should all sort out. Yes, good. The state of the Republic in 1936. After countless years of arduous rebellion and weathering oppressive British rule, the Irish people have won their freedom and their country back. But as one enemy was vanquished, another rose in his place. Perhaps yet more dangerous still. Michael Collins sits a reluctant dictator. Is that me? Cool. We're a dictator. Fun. Eager to defend the independence of his nation at any cost, yet his political enemies are many as the 1937 election approaches. Iron's a powder keg. It's only a matter of time until it explodes. Okay, well, in terms of what party we're going to go for, it kind of makes sense for us to be authoritarian Democrat. But I don't mind if we could have a little bit of elections. I don't see any political focuses, so I have to imagine that's by event. It looks like it. Yes, that looks to be the case. Okay, so we're going to get 37. We're going to have an election. There goes the Russian president. How barbaric indeed. Excuse me, can I? Thank you. Right, division templates. Perfectly respectable. Obviously less respectable. Half the attack, half the equipment, same amount of manpower though. Problems up north. Edward Carlson, the former leader of the Unionist Party, died last year, aged 81. He is a problem even from the grave. Well, that's not ideal. How is our navy, by the way? We got 6 destroyers, and what type of destroyers are they? All destroyer 1s, all inexperienced. Well, that's not ideal. I will tell you that that's not ideal. Black Monday. I believe Black Monday hits us up here in Ireland. Elections in France, war in India. They're definitely a different colour. I'm not crazy. Oh, and that's new. Oh, no, I thought that was impassable terrain. No, it's not new. The demilitarisation of... Oh, they've split Venice into 2 states. I believe that's new. That's interesting. That means you can fall back further as the Italians and still keep control of Venice. Yeah, but when it hits Ireland, it's not ideal. I think that goes away if you go down these. But I don't know which ones. Maybe just any of them. So here's the question, do we deal with Black Monday first? Or do we do Ulster? Oh, we can't deal with Ulster yet. Okay. Uniting the nation. Let's just pause a moment. Which of these do we want to do? Decides the religious direction of the Irish nation. More recruitable population is excellent. Bear in mind, 1% recruitable population factor literally means if you had 100 men recruitable, you now have 101. It's much worse than it sounds if you're thinking about, well, 1% recruitable population, that's huge. If you're at 5, that could be a 20% increase. It's not. That's just a 1% increase on whatever amount you have. Training time down is, it's okay. We're hardly going to be banging out wave after wave of bodies as Ireland. National language. More political power gain seems like a really good thing. These 2 seem pretty worthless, so I think we're probably going to do up to here, get that extra political power, choose the religious focus of the nation. Oh, it's only 14 days. You know, which sounds fun. I want to choose our political direction. Sorry, our religious direction. I guess if we're going kind of with Germany, old world, it kind of makes sense that we'd go kind of hardline-ish Catholic. Like, you know, we're staying with the old proper religious people rather than the new godless commies. Are syndicalists atheists? I have to imagine they are. I think they are. We are going to make the long-term investment in the 2 research techs early. I think that's probably wise. So how are we going to naval invade England? Probably Scotland. This line here is beautiful. Defending here, 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 and here is really nice. They can only attack from 2 directions. Anniversary of the 1916 Easter Rising. Cool. So we got some more political power for that. Good. Back into the positive. Did not go into low with the Black Monday nonsense. Yeah, so here, 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 and here is great. So what we're probably going to do is try and launch a big invasion just straight up here, and then crush across to Edinburgh and see if we can secure that line. And then we'll just bleed Britain. They have got some interesting modifiers. Oh, they've changed him again. Yeah, he looks like a proper northerner. Cool. Oh, good lord. So much happening at speed 5. Yeah, they have some interesting ones. So Splendid Isolation basically means they can't do anything until they get rid of that. And Militias, more division recovery rate, but much lower organisation. It's a very interesting one. Again, the 2% 2% recruitable population factor means extremely little. You can see it on here, I think. No? I don't know if you can see your recruitable population factor unless you've actually changed it. So only 2 options. A secular... Oh, okay, we are... National supremacy... okay. 2% more political power. That's nothing. National unity plus 2.2. It's nothing. Catholic supremacy. I think we are going... Oh, it's authoritarian democrats. This helps paternal autocrats. But that's okay. The authoritarian democrats are really popular already. The church and the state are inseparable. 2 halves of the whole. 1% recruitable population. As such a country with such a small amount of recruitable population, that's really, really big. Oh, there you go. Total effective manpower modified to 97%. So that's the Polish military seized control. They always seem to do that. Yeah, that's the recruitable population factor. It will just give us one, you know, we'll go from 97 to 98%. Right, national focus. Yeah, Irish language gets a little bit extra political power. Obviously, hugely important in Kaiserreich to try and get that political power as much as you can. We can change our law. Gives us 5% more recruitable factories. I really don't think that's worth it right now. We have 13 factories. This is nothing. I mean, of course, it's a stepping stone to things to come, but I think we can probably spend that political power better elsewhere, or just hold on to it to avoid a drop in stability. Especially if this election in 37 is going to cause, you know, big revolution and things. I have to imagine that will cause a bit of a drop in political power. Let's go for some grand battle plan now. I know we don't have any bonuses for it yet, but I think that's probably pretty wise. Start getting that done. That's interesting. Didn't Flanders Wallonia used to have this province as well? And maybe this tile here. That's interesting. Their rebellion options against the Germans are now greatly improved, because that's a lovely, lovely border to defend. I mean, yes, 2 plains, but that is a major river crossing, I think. What did I just see? Someone declared war? Who declared war? Ah, the Siamese Civil War. Cool. Siamese Revolution was successful. Its political implications is an absolute mess. So the Siamese Federation is fighting the Kingdom of Siam. Not a huge shift in government they're going for there. I guess it's Republicans or possibly nationalists versus monarchists. Interesting. Similar to the early Chinese Civil War. The one that's going to happen... No, wait. Yeah, the one that will happen soon with Qing. No, that's that in this mod. Which mod is it? No, that's the Great War mod, obviously. I don't think we need Irish scouts. It's not very good. Let's start doing some economic reform. Let's try and fix our economy. Radar station construction, it's not that good. Approach or receptive foreign powers about establishing a resource operation in their territory. I guess that means you make a deal with someone that likes you and then you get more resources out of it, I guess. Let's, yeah, begin industrializing seems good. Creating an international business center seems good. This requires the central path and one of the others. Okay, so basically we have to do these, which I don't feel that bad about, because that's quite nice. And then one of the others. So do you want to do... I think the farming one probably increases population. Immigration probably also increases population. Ooh, that's quite nice. Women in industry, that's good. That's good. That's helpful. Increases taxes. Is this one or this one? Honestly, I just like... I want to know what beginning the industrialization of Ireland does. So let's just go for that one. Okay, head of military intelligence it now indicates there. Interesting. I really like the increased decryption, decreased research time. This is worthless, by the way. 0.05 political power takes eons to pay itself off. It's not worth spending for him. Who are we? We're the authoritarian Democrats, so we'd much rather go authoritarian Democrat. There are no... Oh, there's one. Ugh, just saying how worthless he is. He's one of the only two options. Well, strategic bombing we're not going to do. He's at least one full decryption. Let's take him early. Even if he is pretty bad, he at least has a larger impact the earlier you get him. Our ideology has grown. Yeah, I'll risk going into negative stability for a little bit in order to get a bit more. We're at medium popularity. Lovely if we could bump that up to high by the end of this here. They've made Sweden's lakes a lot bigger. I don't think Sweden's lakes are that big. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I had the impression that Sweden's lakes are not actually this big. And Finland's too. Finland's lakes aren't that big, they're just ridiculously numerous. It looks like we got away without going to low stability. I think it takes -10? -50. -50, that's it. To actually proc the event that makes you go to low stability, so it shouldn't be a problem for us here. Alright, England, what are you up to? Home rule. Interesting. I think that's the more isolationist version. I think. Yeah. Oh, he's going towards devolution. That'll be very entertaining. It might actually increase the number of divisions we have to fight. I don't know if he has cores. Hello, can I... No, he does have cores, so it won't increase the amount of recruitable population he has. It will allow 2 other people to start doing focus trees. Alright, oh, interesting. The Dial, which I imagine is the Parliament, considers the economy. Okay. Well, clearly, we have to go with the paternal autocrats, even if the syndicalists... Oof, that's really nice. I think we might make small concessions to the syndicalists in order to get that 5% production efficiency cap, 5% factory output. 5% production efficiency cap. That's ridiculously good. Like, that is seriously, seriously good. So I think we're going to go for that. I haven't changed my mind, though. We're still going authoritarian Democrat. We just might have to make some slight concessions to some workers' rights to try and help our authoritarian anarcho-syndicalists have gained power down here. Interesting. Does that mean they're going to break away, perhaps, from the totalists up in France? What does that do? Oh yeah, it just goes through their effective intelligence. Silly time to do that. Entirely worthless to them until they're actually at war. Abyssinia declares war on Eritrea. Interesting. Surely that's going to be very one-sided. You would think. Combined since America declared war on the American Union state. Yep, okay, there goes the American Civil War. They've definitely dulled some of the colours in this mod, I think. Let's just start doing stuff we know we're going to want. But rather than that, let's get this done a bit earlier. Should I be training all of my men? Yes, I think I should. We can't really afford to do the delete everything. Oh yeah, German World War I tank division. What are you talking about? Let's not delete it, but let's not train it either, because we're not going to build any more tanks. Good lord. All wars all over the... Oh, Soviet Union. That's not something you often see. Not something I often see, anyway. I believe a bunch of areas will now go to Finland and things. So it's 80... well, at the moment they're woefully outnumbered. But I believe they get some more event-spawned troops, and they might get support from the nearby ones. Unionists organise a protest march. We're going to go... we're definitely going to go for trying to be peaceful. We don't want a civil war, so let's just support their rights. Okay, well, that's the first episode. Sorry, there wasn't a great deal happening, at least in Ireland, although the civil war does interest me. I'm looking forward to following events in both the east and the west with a wary eye. But thank you very much for watching this episode. I shall return next time, and we shall see, choose our industrial direction and see if we can prevent massive fallout after the elections of 37. When is the election of 37? I don't actually know when in the year it falls, but we shall find out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.